Nothing beats sharing KFC's $8 boxes with your mate. And your mate.
All right. Um, hope everyone had a pretty good weekend. I'm sorry I missed out on doing my Saturday stream and also the Sunday stream because I wasn't feeling quite well. Saturday I had to skip because I was doing some video content, but then I ended up feeling pretty shit. I felt a little ill. I'm not quite 100% there yet, but and then I ended up having to skip yesterday. But I'm alright now. I'm alright. I'm just gonna do the Monday stream I decided. So sorry for that. We do have not a lot, but we do have some news that I want to discuss today, involving some Battlefield news as well. There's some Cyberpunk news that I would like to talk about today. Lost Soul aside, the game that we've been talking about finally is out. So I haven't bought the game, but I want to dig into the free demo. There's a free demo of it out. So I want to check it out and see what it's like before I commit to buying, because I've heard some pretty interesting reviews on the game. It was one of those games that's been kind of promising. It looked promising, and I've been keeping my eye on it, but it looks like the game is getting pretty mediocre. 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 kind of reviews. Pretty average reviews. So that sucks, dude. That really sucks, because I was hoping that this would be one of the good ones. So let's dig into that a little bit as well. Let's look into the reviews of that. Also, Metal Gear Solid is out. That's gotten some performance issues. However, despite all the poor optimization and all that, it's been getting some solid 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 reviews from the big ones. IGN, GameSpot, they're giving away 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 ratings. I have some thoughts on that. We'll get into that a little bit later as well. What else have we got? There's a new Left 4 Dead. There's a new game from Left 4 Dead creators coming. So we want to talk about that a little bit as well. So before we get into any of that, let's check out the Lost Soul Aside gameplay, because I kind of wanted to see what's all the fuss is about, So let's check it out first and see. I think I downloaded the demo. Hope I did. It would suck if I did it. Here's the library. Yeah, I got the demo. Let's play it. What do you say? There you go. This is the demo, okay? This is not the actual game. I just wanted to check it out first before I decide on anything. Especially, I was actually going to buy the whole thing and try out and then do a review, but then because of the whole review situation, I didn't want to commit. I wanted to see the game demo, play the demo, and decide for myself before I go ahead and buy the whole thing. Because what I don't want to do is just commit to, yeah, it's like $109. It's a full price game, and if it's shit, I'm not gonna just play it, you know. So waiting. It's taking a while to launch. Yeah. Anyway, while that's loading, they do have some mediocre reviews for the game. So we'll play the game first, and then we'll check out the reviews. All right. Anytime now. Okay. The game capture's not working. What is that? So, okay, there you go. That's better. Cool. Whoa, compiling shaders. This takes a while. I should have booted this up before I did the stream, guys. Sorry. Well, while that's happening, I am actually working on a video at the moment. So the reason why I couldn't do the Saturday stream was because I was hoping that I could finish a video that I've been working on for the whole week. It's an interesting topic that I've been wanting to dig into for a while now, but I couldn't make a proper video on it. So I've been working on the script a little bit, and I finally got it done together just last week. So I've been working on that, and because I wanted to make sure that it's quality stuff. It's sort of been delayed with the posting. So I was hoping that this weekend I can kick it over, and I did a companion piece for that on my Side Quest podcast. However, I'm going to have to unfortunately delay that for the next weekend because I'd still have to work on it a little bit more. I'm not completely satisfied with the way it turned out within this week. So I wanted to work on it a little bit more and make sure that it's up to the standard before I post it. So it'll be coming perhaps mid next week if I can manage it, if not next weekend. Here we go. Anyway, then I got sick yesterday, so couldn't meet the deadline, unfortunately. But I'm back now, so let's see. All right, so we got the demo. Give me 1 second. Okay. Text language. Brightness. Yeah, I have HDR off. Setting applied. So, for those who don't know what this game is about, oh, what is this? Battle simulation, boss challenge, adventure. I guess I'll go adventure. So this is a game that actually started out with just one developer. So just one guy started making this game in China, and because he wanted to make a game inspired by Final Fantasy, and you'll see why in a minute. It's very Final Fantasy inspired. There you go. If I didn't know any better, I would think this is Final Fantasy, to be honest. So yeah, it's very Final Fantasy inspired, and he wanted to make a game inspired by it, and he set off to do that on his own. And then Sony...
Skycrest Badlands. It has been a long time.
Okay. Alright. Cool.
You've been here before?
A long time ago. Let's not dwell on it. We should head over to Sky Mirror Lake. It's the sacred lake of the ancient
So the
city
game
of
doesn't look
Buckhorn.
too bad.
That's the city ruled by Lord Buckhorn many years ago, I guess.
Yes. In fact, the locals built a
Is this
grand palace called Buckhorn
dragon?
Palace, carved into the cliff.
Is that a
next to the
dragon
lake,
floating
as
around?
an offering to the Buckhorn spirit dragon.
Dragon thing?
Even today, many people in the Sky Mirror Lake region still believe in the Buckhorn spirit dragon.
Okay.
The Buckhorn Spirit Dragon.
I guess it probably refers to the void drags that invaded back at that time.
So,
Okay.
there's a good chance Buckhorn Palace is the entrance to the alternate dimension.
Indeed, the gifted energy that affects Sky Mirror Lake's
As
water
usual,
tells
there's a
me
lot
there's
of
an
words
alternate
and lore
dimension
right
pretty
off the bat.
close.
The Buckhorn Spirit Dragon. Odd that Lord Buckhorn didn't mention it.
Let's go check it out.
I want to investigate around here first. You go ahead, and let's meet later at Sky Mirror Lake.
Okay.
Okay, but stay safe.
You too.
Okay. Alright, cool. Well, yeah, it feels as well. It looks and also feels pretty much like a cross between, you know, Final Fantasy and Devil May Cry a little bit from the gameplay I have seen. I could be wrong, but from what I have seen, it looked like that too. This looks like it can break. There you go. Okay, so you got like this massive. Whoa, okay, all right, interesting. I don't know what I just did. Oh, okay. So it's the hold attack. It looks like the world itself is pretty linear. It's not open world or anything, or even not a lot of sandbox elements to it. There's like small areas that you can explore to get some of these whatever they are. Yeah, it's very Devil May Cry. Oh, okay. We can do something here. No. Can't really. Oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. That looks like that's probably a block attack, block mechanic. This is heavy attack, light attack, jump. Oh, we can do double jump. Cool. Oh, dash. That's good. This is a okay. This looks like a. I don't know what that is. Oh, that looks weird. You can swap between. Oh, okay. So we've got a massive sword and a small sword. That switching menu thing looks a little weird to me, but yeah, it's a minor complaint. It's not a game break or anything. Does it show where to go? R2, L2, they don't do anything. Okay, the trigger buttons don't do anything.
Are you okay? Feeling dizzy?
You can sense that.
Of course. The connection between us is getting stronger.
Perhaps that's why I'm feeling dizzy.
Oh, this is quite intriguing.
Okay. So we got a dragon ghost thingy that sounds like an old man. Interesting. We started. See, I think both ways go to this leads to the same area, so we'll just go back. Dash, dash. Oh, we're over here. We were here, weren't we? Oh yeah, we started here. Yeah, what's this? We're supposed to. Okay. So you got like herbs that you attack plants and you can get stuff from that. That's cool, I guess. Try not to let the completionist in me go to every nook and cranny in a demo because it doesn't matter.
Stop pestering me.
You can. Okay.
Be careful.
Okay.
Look there! Good job on that block.
Okay.
Trying to end it. We're asking for this. You're going down.
Okay. Interesting.
Right here, right now.
All right.
We're being targeted.
You're going down.
Okay. Controls are a little weird. It doesn't.
It's because you're too weak right now.
Yeah, I'm no longer dizzy now, but
Cool.
I still feel a little sluggish.
You promised Ninhursag that you'd find all fragments. Let's keep going.
I'll be fine.
I'm gonna go into the system lags. Go into the system a little bit and see the button map. Okay, controller vibration, control settings. Okay, here. Dodge with this. Yeah, I've got that. Switch weapon, burst, pursuit, arena power, sprint, move. Okay, yeah. Oh, that is block. Okay, the weird circle around the guy is a block. Jump, special attack, basic, lock target. Yeah, okay. Just your usual basic stuff. Nothing too crazy. Okay. Feels like the dodge button should be it's a weird profile to have it on. The dodge button is actually on. I'm playing on the controller right now. It's actually on B. So, and sorry, not the dodge button. The block button is B, and this is dash. I feel like they should be switched. I'm kind of used to the other way. It's alright. Can't complain. Got more stuff. Lots of stuff. I keep pressing B to dash. It's gonna takes a while to get used to.
I wonder why there's no one here.
People from all over the world are flocking to the Empire, where there's work. So many
Okay.
cities that used to be filled are almost completely empty now.
In my time, the land was teeming with humans everywhere.
The world has changed a lot since you were in prison, Marina. Combat commences.
here, right now! You're going down! Watch and learn!
Oh, okay, there's a special attack.
Time to flex my muscles!
What does that do? Oh, okay.
Time to end it!
Yeah. It would be nice if you didn't have to dodge your way around. If you just like...
Right here, right now! I'm sensing a powerful energy surge ahead. Let's get past these creatures and back to our mission.
I'll need your help then, Arena.
Cool, I guess. The combat feels pretty okay, actually. Feels pretty good. The combat does feel pretty good. It's very familiar if you play a lot of Final Fantasy or Devil May Cry. It's a very familiar setup. Nothing too crazy. What?
Ah, you have all the luck.
Who's this chick?
Hi, we meet again.
Okay.
Liana, what are you doing here? When did you get here?
Just a little bit earlier than you did, I think. I saw Gethia just now, too.
Did you talk to her? I hope she didn't go on about Voidrak's history too much.
Alright.
I tried, but she was distracted. She was studying some... rocks? She's a scholar, right? Is that what scholars do? Just stare at rocks? That's
Okay.
quite boring. You guys lead a more interesting life. What did you guys do just now? Want to record your story?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is kind of like a save point. Cool. Good to know. So whenever you come across this girl, you save. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, that's good. I was dreading having to climb that stairs. Saves time. Saved by cutscene.
It's a real mess here.
I wonder if IGN or like any of the big journalists did a review on this yet. I haven't seen. We'll check it out after.
What bad timing.
It's in the Metacritic reviews.
The Holy Order.
The Holy Order. Mind you, this is a game that's developed by about a 40 people team. So it's not a big budget game, even though it's backed by a big company like
I
Sony.
sense that Aramon may be manipulating him.
That's just one more reason to fight him.
It's made by a fairly small team, although it's been in development for, I think, about a decade now. So
You resistance punks are really mingling with the Voidraks now.
great boss fight.
Let's bring it on.
I shall eliminate all you pests.
Jeez. Jesus Christ. Okay. So many particle effects. I don't know, dude. Feel.
We're in trouble. Let's get serious.
Let's try this.
Now!
Oh, nice. Oh, I can do that stuff.
Behold my great power!
Oh, of course.
Smart move.
Alright. Kind of getting the hang of it.
Let's try this.
Try what?
We need a break.
It's not over yet.
Behold its power.
Sorry for that.
Right here, right now!
Okay. I mean, got some cool combos, not gonna lie.
Victor, don't tarnish my name.
Oh, great.
Foul mouth.
Rose back to full health.
Lost his mind. I've had enough of him. Get him, kid.
Let's try this. It's not over yet.
How dare you! I'll take you out first and then handle that cursed icon.
So many swords on. Fuck. Oh, damn. I died. I forgot to heal. Whoops. Light attack, heavy attack. Oh, wow. We back here? We back here? Jeez. That's stupid.
Go for it.
We can make use of this.
Yes. Skip, 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 skip. Alright, let's try this again. I mean, the combat isn't as bad as I thought it would
It's
be.
a real mess here.
You resistance punks are really mingling with the void.
But
rats now.
so many things happening on the screen. Kinda
All you pests.
sometimes hard to figure out what you're looking at.
Good job on that block.
Oh, so the parries do work.
Get serious.
Okay.
Show you what I'm made of.
Take this.
Now it's my turn.
Oh shit. Okay. You can't really spam though.
Let's try this. It's not over yet.
Good job on that block.
think this is probably better weapon. Yeah.
What can learn, kid?
Bruh. Should be okay. Oh my god, that's annoying. Okay, that's a weird ass mechanic. You get the full health back.
Time to end it.
Richard, don't tarnish my name. Foul mouth.
Even he has lost his mind. I've had enough of it. Get him, kid.
Okay.
Ugly wretch. I think I know.
How dare you? I'll take you out first and then handle that cursed high castle.
Ah.
Let's get serious. Smart move.
Jeez.
How am I fixed?
Jesus Christ.
It's working.
Let's get serious.
Take this.
Right now. Ah, now it's my turn.
Alright. It's not like Dark Souls or anything, but get it.
Let's try this. It's not over yet. Let's do this together.
Good job on that block.
So many swords, man. Jeez. Alright. Ah, fuck.
Working.
Ah, I got a perfect block.
Time to end it.
Sorry, Seth. Done.
Is it? Oh, serious? There's one more. Jesus Christ. Okay. That's annoying.
Hell, foul.
Do we get like?
Bring it on.
Smart move.
Time to get serious.
Okay.
It's not over yet. Take this.
Okay. Alright, so he's got like freaking 3 lives. You got 1.
Try this. It's not over yet. Fusion begin.
Show you what I'm made of.
Can't escape. Let's try this.
Ah, not again. Fucking hell.
Behold this time.
Jesus Christ, brother.
Smart move. break.
Gee. Oh no.
How about this?
So close.
Right here, right now. Ah, now it's my turn.
Fucking hell. Oh no. Okay. Alright. Alright. So close though. Damn. I mean, it's not as hard as Souls-like games. But it is a spectacle. Yeah, alright.
Monsters and humans harnessing monstrous powers. We'll meet again, peasants. You can count.
Didn't even end up killing him. Okay. After all of that. Stellar Guardian. Cool. We can upgrade stuff. Well, I'm pretty almost dead. Is there... Holy Gifts Potion? Oh shit. Almost fell to death after that. You can dodge 5 times. Oh, okay. Blocking and dodging use the same stamina. That makes sense. I mean, that boss battle wasn't so bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I actually had a pretty low bar after all the mediocre reviews that I've seen online, but actually wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed it, but the thing is, don't quite know whether it's gonna get old quickly, because that might be why. We'll check out the reviews after this for sure and see why this is getting mediocre reviews, because right now I can tell you that I am actually having fun. It feels like a, you know,
It's always good to have
linear
exercise.
Final Fantasy Devil May Cry game. That's what it feels like. It's nothing too new or nothing innovative or anything. Just like how Mafia the Old Country was. You know how Mafia the Old Country, it's nothing innovative, but it's a fun game. To me, this is in the same vein. Nothing too crazy, but if it's still a good time, it's a good time, dude. Can't jump up there. Okay, apparently you can upgrade. Can I upgrade? I don't think I can, because it's a demo. Yeah, pretty much everything's locked in the demo. Makes sense.
I'm sensing that you are recovering now, Kaiser.
That last battle seems to have gotten my blood pumping.
All
Maybe
right.
we can take a break soon.
Okay. Where do you get... Where's health, bro? I need some health. Give me some health. The game doesn't look too bad. On, like, videos, it kind of looks shittier, but in person, like, playing it, it doesn't look too bad.
Nice work. Do you want to take a rest?
Sure.
Give me all the details.
Give me all the details. Ah, so it fills all your potions. That's good. Good. But does it reset all the enemies? Whoa. Why is it running?
Miss Kaiser, I don't want to get blown to pieces.
Whoa, it just started running by itself. That was weird. It didn't give me anything. Oh. So your big sword is also your skateboard. That's cool. You can't jump though. There's no jumping. You just slide around. No blocking. You got a halo ship on your ass. Just Y to attack. Just basic Y to attack. There's nothing else here. This is all happening by itself. Nothing for me to do. Just a glorious cutscene. Would have been cool to just have like a QTE, quick time event, just for that portion at least. It's running by itself. I'm not even doing anything.
That's it. That's why they're still chasing after you.
Victor accused Glimmer of teaming up with the Void Drax. That's quite the accusation.
Okay, now it stopped. It's interesting. Ooh, what's with the color changing? Is that like a thing? The colors just got weird. Whoa. Okay.
What a hassle.
Yeah.
A lot of gifted energy here.
The time-space barrier from the Void Drax blocked the Empire attack. We need to focus on this battle now.
So many.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's good. Ah, I like that. Aerial combos are nice. Aerial combos feels pretty good actually. But the way to do that is not jumping. You do a light attack and a heavy attack, and if you do a heavy attack followed by a light attack, it just automatically do an aerial thing combo, which is good. Which is actually, yeah, it's helpful to okay. Easy enough.
This is a tough fight.
You have Lord Arena by your side. I expect you to win.
Okay. Very interesting looking enemies. I don't know if I like the whole stamina thing, although if it's just one time it's fine. The other guy had like 3 lives. 3, yeah, which was pretty freaking annoying. Ooh. Got him cornered.
You can handle that, right? Good job on that block.
Ah.
back! Okay, now!
Can't escape.
How about this?
Yeah, it's annoying.
How do you feel?
It's not over yet.
What happened?
That was some battle.
That didn't even finish. Okay.
Let's try this.
Let's get serious.
Let's get serious. Cool. Let's get serious. Okay. What time is it? 9:10. Well, I think we'll wrap it up after this. I don't know how long the demo is, but
We can make use of this.
it's given me a pretty good understanding of what to expect from this game, and I'm telling you, it's not as half as bad as I thought it would be. But then again, I'm just playing the demo. Demo is meant to be just a good vertical slice of what the game has to offer, so I'm just looking at the best of the things. So this might not be an accurate idea of what the actual game is overall, but in terms of combat,
They haven't given up yet, but Victor has retreated.
it's alright. The dialogue is a little
Maybe
too
Victor is not their leader.
not cringe, but it's alright. Sometimes you can tell that the game, like, it feels a little bit unpolished. Like, I feel like it could do with a couple of more hours in the oven before it got released. But I guess that's like the inexperience of the developers coming through. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a developer, so I can't really comment on this, but it looks that way. I could be wrong, but yeah. Anyway, how do you... Yeah, I'm just gonna quit now. Anyway, we got a pretty good idea of what the game is like. How do I quit? Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. I mean, that was not half bad, but what we got here is we'll just check out some of the reviews that they have, which is, we'll go right here. Lost Soul aside, on average they have 60% Metascore by critic reviews, and user ratings is even less, 5.7 on user ratings. There's 225 user reviews, and then 9 critic reviews. Got Gamer Sky giving 80 on that. That's the only green one I see here. And everything else from Games CH says it's reviewed on PlayStation 5. The combat system is outstanding, and the bareness of the game world can be considered stylish. However, the uninspired story, off-the-shelf characters, and a lot of downtime between battles are annoying. Lost Soul aside feels like a sturdy and well-oiled skeleton that someone forgot to flesh out. So you constantly swing between enjoying the challenging monster duels and being annoyed by the many incomprehensible shortcomings that suggest the game should just been finished at some point. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is IG in Spain. They gave it a 70. That's pretty generous for IGN. That's a 7 out of 10. Says, let's see. Says Lost Soul aside is an experience with ups and downs, where some elements work brilliantly and others fall short. And on the negative side, we have a forgettable story, flat characters that are impossible to connect with, and a world that in the end we don't really care about. On the positive side, there's platforming with good and bad moments, lots of madness, and fast-paced combat full of clever mechanics that you'll enjoy more as you progress through the game. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I expected after having played through that demo itself. It, like I said, it plays really well. Plays really, really well. But the characters felt a little flat already. I mean, I have only played the demo, so it's hard for me to judge. But the dialogue itself felt a little too, not too great. Yeah. Anyway, PlayStation Universe gave it a 50. Eurogamer Germany gave it 40. Eurogamer. A flashy and demanding character action game with challenging boss fights and plenty of combo freedom, but undermined by generic story, shallow characters, and uneven polish. Fans of precise, skill-driven combat may enjoy its encounters. Everyone else will likely struggle to look past its flaws. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so that's from the critics. If you look at user ratings, yeah, okay, I can't understand them, but anyway, yeah, it's even few points less than what the critics have given it. So it's currently sitting on 6 out of 10. Which is not surprising looking at how it flew in the demo itself. Even the combat was actually pretty punchy. I did like it. Again, I've only literally played it like less than an hour, so I can't really give you a full review, but from what I have played, the little I've played, the combat actually felt pretty solid. It was responsive. It felt a lot like Devil May Cry combat, without the the crazy combo counters. You can get away with just spamming if you want to, but if you really time it really well, it can be rewarding. But yeah, I don't know how the story is, but from what I have seen, I didn't care enough about the story from the demo. It didn't look that appealing to me. The worlds surrounding look kind of interesting, but nothing I haven't seen before. So yeah, it's a pretty okay game. I would agree. I mean, a 6 out of 10 sounds about right to me at this point. Would I buy it at full price at launch? No. I'm probably gonna wait for it to come out on Game Pass or PS Plus and just play it there. I probably wouldn't put my money on it, to be honest. At this point, it's yeah. Unfortunate. I was hoping for it to be at least a good 8 out of 10 game, just be in the high 80s. Given that I was rooting for the small team, given that it's been in development for nearly a decade or two, and even though it started as a one guy project, it evolved into about 40 team member development team making the game. But I think most of them are inexperienced. But they were making this game for about 10 years, so you can't really say inexperienced. But it looked polished and also a little bit undercooked at the same time in some places, even in the demo. So yeah, anyway. I guess I have to kind of agree with these reviews in this case, honestly. Maybe they'll keep working on it post-launch and listen to player feedback and improve it. I know it's not the ideal way to go. I have mentioned many times that I hate when games are released unpolished and they just work on it afterwards. But given how small the team is and how this is kind of their first game, I will give it a pass. Give them a pass. I will also give it a pass and wait for it to be on sale before I try it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you playing it right now, or are you gonna wait for a sale to buy it, or are you just gonna wait for it to come out on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus to try it? At how much of a discount would you consider for this to be worth enough for you to buy? Let me know in the comments. I'll put a chat. Okay. Yeah. So that is Lost Soul aside. Anyway, let's get into this first piece of news today, actually. So I saw this news today. 75%. Before I actually jump in, I need to update my broadcast settings because I'm not playing a game anymore. Give me a second. Okay, cool. Well, I came across this news today. Yeah, it was just posted yesterday by IGN. It's about Cyberpunk 2077. So, alright, so it says 75% of Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition Nintendo Switch 2 sales were physical, CD Projekt reveals. The entire game, along with its expansion, is fully contained on a 64GB cartridge, which players find particularly attractive. So I thought this was interesting because how adamant Nintendo has been about, digital versions of copies of digital versions of games being available on Switch 2, to the point that they are willing to just go all out on digital and not even consider physical, because even if you get a physical copy, it's just a digital key at this point for Switch 2. That's kind of what the reality is for most of the game that's available on Nintendo Switch 2 at the moment, because the thing with those little cartridges is it can't fit too much data. So if they want to give freedom for the developers to make games that is bigger than what fits in a cartridge, you kind of have to go digital, and it'll just be a download key in the cartridge even if you buy a digital physical copy, which didn't really sit well with most of the people, because I don't know about you guys, but here in Australia, we do like to buy physical and also trade them. You buy either on JB Hi-Fi or EB Games, and especially if it's like a linear story or like a open world game or whatever that you eventually finish playing. You don't want to hang on to it after that. You get some of that money back by trading and putting it towards another game, or you can sell it off marketplace and get some of that money back. People like doing that if you're not a collector. Not everyone likes to collect all the games they play. So, that's still a thing here in Australia. So, I'm not sure how much of that is relevant in other countries like US or UK, but yeah, still very much a thing alive and well here in Australia. I still do that. So it doesn't really make sense if you're forced to just buy digital copies and don't have the option of getting physical. And even if you do get a physical, it's a download key, which also raises the question: if it's a download key, can you still trade it? If you sell it back, does that mean that other person can also access the game with the download key? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent here. The the game here, Cyberpunk 2077, however, was fit in the whole game. They managed to put in a cartridge instead of having to have a download key available. So, which is pretty amazing for a game like Cyberpunk 2077. Although I've looked at the Switch 2 versions, they don't really look as good as what you see. Oh. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. So yeah, I really do think it didn't look that good on the Switch 2. It just looked like a PS3 version, early PS4 version of the game, really. The actual game looks much better in, current gen consoles or on PC, but the fact that they even managed to put this on a Switch console is pretty amazing. Yeah, and managed to fit that into a 64 gigabyte version of the game. Just 64 gigabytes. I mean, we're living in a world right now where a game that has, like, I don't know, 10 maps and just 10 small maps and just multiplayer and a small campaign. I'm talking about Call of Duty here. Takes up over 200 gigabytes of your space. I don't know how. I mean, these are poorly optimized games, so I don't know how they take up that much space, but that happens, right? So anyway, as I was saying, 75% of Cyberpunk 2077 Nintendo Switch 2 sales were physical, which I'm not too surprised to hear, because people, if they're given the option to buy physical, they would always buy, especially for games like these where it's a story game where you can play and finish playing and then just sell it and then put that towards something else, right? So although Nintendo is trying to, not just Nintendo, even Sony, even Xbox, everyone's trying to force people to go fully digital right now. But people, given the option, they would choose. There are still a lot of players out there who would still go for physical. CD Projekt revealed the eye-catching stat in its latest financial results, confirming that not only did the action RPG benefit from positioning itself as one of Nintendo Switch 2's Day 1 launch games, but it also found success by making the game available as physical media. We believe that thanks to its high quality and Switch 2 exclusive enhancements, Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition is well positioned to benefit from Switch 2's growing user base, said Mikhail Novakovsky, joint CEO. As of June, the vast majority of sales, which is around 70%, came from physical copies sold. That reflects the strength of our offering. Yeah, so about just over 75% on physical, and then 24.6% on digital. It doesn't really say how many copies sold. I'm not sure that's been revealed. I don't think Nintendo actually revealed that. Novakovsky believes this is in part because the entire game, along with its expansion, is fully contained on a 64GB cartridge, providing a plug-and-play experience which players find particularly attractive. No shit, Sherlock. And that has certainly proven to be the case, with 75.4% of all Cyberpunk 2077 Switch 2 sales being physical. It comes as fans continue to debate the practice of publishers providing game key cards in Switch 2 box games instead of a physical cartridge. It's proven to be divisive practice among some users, not least because while it allows collectors to have a game's box on their shelf, they're essentially useless unless your console is connected to the internet. Yeah, okay. The practice is so controversial, however, that Nintendo has launched a survey designed to poll the Switch 2 user base on its thoughts surrounding digital and physical games, with questions designed to probe the reasons you might consider one option over the other. Nintendo's also interested in finding out if your attitude to digital downloads has shifted over time. Yeah, Okay, I'm keen to see what they find out from that survey. I want to see the results of that. If they disclose that, they probably will. Yeah, our developers truly made most of the console's features of new exclusive ways to play Cyberpunk 2077. We showcased them in a series of hands-on presentations, attracting praise from the player community and gaming media. Although we clearly see that sales of the new console are currently dominated by Nintendo's first-party titles, we were very pleased with Cyberpunk being among the best-selling third-party games. I mean, the console doesn't have a lot of games. It had a lot of releases that and a back catalog for Switch 1. You can play Switch 1 games on Switch 2, which is, I mean, yeah, great. And they also re-released like Zelda games, Switch 2 edition at full price. Of course, they're going to sell because a lot of people who probably bought Switch 2 at launch are people who didn't have a Switch 1. For most people, as far as I know, who already owned a Switch, some of them, not all of them obviously, some of them probably didn't go for the Switch 2 straight away because it didn't have a lot of games at launch. It still doesn't. And the only reason, if I would go right now and buy a Switch 2, which I won't yet, but if I was given the choice to buy, the only reason why I would do that is to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's it. Not Mario Kart World or whatever it was called, but Bonanza, I would buy a Switch 2 for that. But again, just for one game, realistically I wouldn't, but if I had a lot of money to spare, I would probably do it. So yeah, other than to play Nintendo exclusives, I don't think our Switch 2, something like a Switch, would be my primary console to play these games on, especially not something like Cyberpunk, even though it's been optimized for the console, which is great that players have that option. But I don't know, I will leave Nintendo Switch exclusives for the Switch and play everything else on a PC or PlayStation or a console, probably. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm wrong, please sure to let me know if you have a different take on this. But I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know. And speaking of consoles, it's been some talk about PlayStation 6 handheld. Now, I mean, handhelds are becoming a thing now. Switch 2's launched, so the interest in handhelds being renewed again. Xbox is gonna be releasing a new console, handheld console, ROG Ally, even though it's not a official Xbox console. It's Xbox branded, even though it's made by a third party, which seems to be the path that Xbox is taking right now. That because effectively as of right now, with Helldivers 2 being on Xbox, and all the other games I can't remember on top of my head right now, all these Gears of War Reloaded now on PlayStation, and both parties marketing each other's games. It's a crazy world we live in right now. And yeah, Indiana Jones is on PS5 now, so it's crazy. So it's effectively, as of right now, the console war is over, as we know. So if you still a PS5 fanboy or Xbox fanboy, that's not a thing anymore, dude. I'm sad to say. I mean, I'm not sad, but it's just not a thing. Console war is over, and they have shaken their hands, and they're on their merry way and supporting each other and releasing their games on each other's consoles, and PC inclusive. So moving forward, this doesn't seem like a thing that we're gonna have to worry about. Probably, Sony exclusive will obviously will launch on PlayStation first and then come to the other platforms later, and Xbox will probably do the same thing. The only reason why you know, same thing they did with Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones released on Xbox, and then months later they released it on PS5. Same thing, right? The only reason Gears of War Reloaded actually launched on PS5 together is because it's a re-release. It's not a new game. Xbox people have already played this many times, so it just made sense that it released the Reloaded, which is the remaster it's a remaster of a remaster, basically. It's the first Gears of War game that came out in 2006, I believe, and then they had a remaster on 2015 called Ultimate Edition, which then again got remastered now with Reloaded. So it's a secondary remaster to the game. Just makes sense that it got released on PS5. Yeah, it's still a pretty crazy time, you know. You know, Helldivers having Halo skins, and Gears of War on PS5. It's a crazy time to live in. Anyway, what I'm saying is, my point was that Xbox is effectively looking to grow as a software company, which they are primarily because of Microsoft, and publishing company. They want to be publishing games rather than doing a console war with Sony or Nintendo. Although one could argue with their handhelds, they're probably going to be competing now with Nintendo instead of Sony. But it looks like Sony has the same idea. They're also going for handhelds, which is not new to PlayStation, mind you. They did have PSPs and PS Vita, which was fantastic, but kind of undercooked console. And then, yeah, it's been a while since they actually made a handheld. We have the PlayStation Portal, which is not exactly a handheld. It's just basically a mirroring device. You know what I mean? Like, just if you have great internet, it's going to be awesome to play on a Portal. You just still need to have a PS5. So there's that. But it would be great to have a handheld console from PS. So not sure what this means. So there is an article about it which I haven't read. So I'm just speculating based on the title. So what it says here is, this is on Insider Gaming. They're saying PS6 handheld console will be dockable. It's claimed. I don't know where these claims are coming from. It says it may still be a couple of years away from release, but more information regarding the PlayStation 6 handheld console continues to come out. In his latest video going over some new specs and details he's uncovered, Moore's Law is dead, says the upcoming PS6 handheld console, codenamed Canis, will be dockable for connection to an external display. That's right, everybody. Multiple documents directly call out that this thing can be docked, will be docked like the Nintendo Switch 2. Alright. When talking about the specs, MLID said that the system will have 16 compute units of RDNA 5 at 1.2 GHz, while in handheld mode, when docked, the speed jumps to around 1.65 GHz. Other previously rumored specs for the device include full backward compatibility with PS5 and PS4 titles, 4 Zen 6C cores, and M.2 SSD slow haptic vibration, just the technical stuff. And I can't see what this says here. The standard PS6 consoles are reportedly planned to release sometime in late 2027, early 2028. Sony has yet to announce or confirm any of the specs that have been revealed recently for the PS6 handheld. Yes, just pure speculation. Until that happens, or Insider Gaming can independently verify its legitimacy, it's important to take these claims with a grain of salt. Of course. I mean, these are just rumors, nothing, absolutely nothing confirmed here. But it is interesting that we're getting a lot of rumors, increasing amount of rumors for a PS handheld. There's no smoke. Usually there's no smoke without a fire, right? So I feel like they might be doing a PS6 console launch and a PS handheld console launch alongside it. It could be something. It probably not going to be a Portal situation. I think it'll just be standalone handheld console, which can be docked with basically maybe same as PS5 specs. One can hope. If they manage to put something like PS5 specs in a handheld console, that would be amazing. I'm not sure how they would do that, because even someone like Nintendo, who's got years and decades of experience doing handhelds, have only managed to do something like a Switch 2, which is equivalent of a PS4, I would say, like a PS4 base console. At this point, that's how much power they can cram into that at this point. But then again, they also have the form factor of the console too, which is pretty thin, pretty light. They were considering all that as well. So to keep it pretty light and thin, they probably didn't have a lot of space to play with. So they went with, and historically Nintendo games don't require that much power to play those games because they're pretty light with graphics. Most of them are, unless you play third-party titles, which can then be a problem. But I don't know. I think most people just buy Nintendos just to play the exclusives. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, it'll be interesting because if PlayStation is going to do a handheld, they can't do it the same way Nintendo does. They will have to consider their back catalog, because people would be wanting to have access to the back catalog to play on a handheld at this point. You can't just get away with having handheld exclusives only, like PSP or PS Vita did. Just have exclusive versions of games, or like how they had like God of War handheld edition or like Uncharted handheld edition, stuff like that. You can't get away with that kind of shit anymore. I don't think that's not what the players want anymore. At this point in time, I think it's a pretty fair expectation to want to play mainstream games on a handheld if that's what they're offering. So it'll be pretty crazy to see how they're going to go ahead and go about doing that. But seeing something like Cyberpunk 2077 crammed into a Switch 2 does give me a little bit of hope, but it could just be the exception, So I don't know. It's too early to tell anything. But my guess is if PS is going to do a handheld, it'll probably try to have at least PS5 level graphics included in the handheld natively, to be able to play natively. I don't think they will go down the route of cloud gaming, because cloud gaming is not it didn't really take off the same way anyone hoped. It is available on the US, but outside of US, I don't think it is. I mean, in Australia, you don't have access to that either. So if they want to do a global rollout for this console handheld, it'll have to be something that has enough power to play these games natively. If you go as far as PS4, I think it's a little. It'll just be the same as a Nintendo Switch at this point. So there's no real point. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think you'll see a PS6 console which has a jump in graphical fidelity and all the technology that you can expect from a next iteration of the PlayStation console, mainstream console, and then you'll have the handheld that will probably have as much power as a PS5 base console. Maybe there will be some compromise with ray tracing, because that ray tracing is expensive, as in expensive on the graphics. So you might see some corners cut in that department. But other than that, ray tracing doesn't mean you have, you know, bad look of the games. We survived this long with games looking great without ray tracing. Ray tracing is just a really expensive way to have your lights bounce around more realistically, but it doesn't mean the game's gonna look shit. It's just a little luxury. That's all it is. So if they do compromise some of that ray tracing performance in terms of fidelity and performance, other level of performance for a handheld, I really wouldn't mind, as long as the games end up looking amazing as it does on a PS5 console. Yeah, I'll be happy with that. But the fact that they're making dockable is pretty interesting, because that means you do need to have two settings for the game console, because on one hand you will have the PlayStation handheld, you know, in the handheld mode, which doesn't require as much power because it's on a small screen. It's probably going to be like 1080p screen, which will be fine. But then once you dock it, people expect 4K. That's become the standard now with Switch 2 doing that as well. You know, Switch 2 is 1080p on the screen, and then you have 4K on TV screen when you dock it. Any less than that is not something people would accept at this point. So they will have to do that bare minimum. But yeah, it'll be a chunky console. Either chunky, if they manage to make it as, no, probably not as thin. It'll probably look more like a ROG Ally, like a little bit thick, like a Steam Deck. That would be my guess. But either way, I'm all in. I think it's about time that PS made a handheld. I would definitely check it out if it comes out. So yeah, that's my take on this, guys. I think PS, PlayStation, Sony, they do have enough experience to make a pretty solid console. They have done so in the past, and I think at this point they have accumulated enough experience points to make something cool. You know, they proved that with the Portal, which is not exactly a handheld by true definition, but it is a pretty solid handheld device, even though it's just using, you know, the remote play system to play games. But the concept is there, and I think they will use that to come up with something cool for the handheld. I think it is something that is definitely happening. We're probably going to hear about it next year, I would say. Next year in a either state of play or like some cool Gamescom event or something like that, we'll probably hear about it. So let's see what happens. If these rumors are true, that's what we can expect. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and in the chat if you're tuning into the stream. And if you're watching this later, please comment down below and let me know what you guys think as well. So yeah. Anyway, I also wanted to talk about another piece of news, Battlefield 6. You know, your boy's favorite game. This is about a cool little mechanic that Battlefield 6 is apparently including in the game, and I thought that I would talk about it just a little bit. Before I do that, while we're still in the subject of ray tracing, I want to talk about ray tracing in Battlefield 6, because I think that will be a cool segue to just do. This article from Game Rant I saw saying Battlefield 6 doesn't come with ray tracing support due to the developers prioritizing performance over graphical fidelity. Given how this particular technology has come prevalent in AAA games, Battlefield 6's decision to skip it entirely surprised some players who tried out the game's open beta, which concluded around mid-August. Okay, so, well, I'll hold off my thoughts until I finish this article. Let's read on. The trade-off between performance and visuals is something modern game studios are no strangers to. Devs routinely have to make important calls on such trade-offs, such as whether to incorporate ray tracing or not, in order to better serve their targeted player experience. For those unaware, ray tracing is a resource-intensive feature that makes in-game environments look more immersive by giving certain elements, including lighting, reflections, shadows, and weather effects, a major facelift. Recently, a Battlefield 6 dev shared why the much anticipated title steer clear of this graphical feature. Yeah, so what happened? Anyway, so this doesn't come to me as a surprise, to be honest. You know, it is the fact that they are opting out of Battlefield 6 ray tracing. I mean, come on, guys. Like, Battlefield 6, if you played the beta, you know that Battlefield 6 wasn't like bad looking. It looked pretty impressive. You know, Battlefield games always manage to look impressive regardless of whether it used ray tracing or not. I don't think it ever used ray tracing in any of the games at all, and they always looked amazing. Every single Battlefield game I have played in my life always looked better than Call of Duty. Not gonna lie. I mean, prove me wrong. They do use, like, you know, weird filters. Like, you know, Battlefield 3's had a weird blue tint and all that. But regardless of the filters they use, the games always do look so good. And that's a fact. You know, that's a fact. And none of that took ray tracing to make it look. What they probably do baked in lighting to make it as look good. And if you think about it, a game like Battlefield 6 doesn't need ray tracing at all. That's not the whole point of the game. The point of the game is to have a good immersive Battlefield first-person shooter experience, which should be the priority, and that's what they have done. They made it a priority. The ray tracing, sure, is a luxury feature, like I mentioned before, but it doesn't always mean that it's the best for the game given the context, right? In single player games, it could be something. It could be very useful to make the game looks more immersive and pretty. But something like Battlefield 6, where it considers, you know, these large scale maps and stuff, I don't know whether adding ray tracing is going to do that much of a difference to the actual gameplay, which is what the important part of the game is. The look and not the look, the feel of the game. And if something like ray tracing, which is very resource heavy, going to get in the way of how the game's going to perform overall, of course, developers are going to cut that out because it's not important. You can still do baked in lighting and screen space reflections to make the game look good without making it resource heavy. So I think that's what they're doing, and I think that's the right call to make as developers for this game, because it also means that the game will be a smaller file. It won't be freaking 250 gigabytes like some other games are, for what they are, and it won't be resource heavy. So that means more people will have access to the game. So on PC you don't have to have ray tracing. You can turn it off if you want to. I get that, but it also means if they also went down the route of including ray tracing, that means to make it look the best version of itself, you will have to have ray tracing, and that means you need to have a high-end PC that can handle that level of performance. That means not all players will have the same version of the Battlefield that looks the best, right? And so they did everyone a favor by not including ray tracing and just making sure that they make the best version of the game without ray tracing, which most people will have access to. I do realize that there is an issue with secure boot. Secure boot is an issue because it is apparently not making it is preventing some players being able to play the game. It's going to affect even Call of Duty Black Ops 7 now, because that also requires secure boot feature, but it is messing with some people's computers, and not that means those guys won't be able to play the game on a PC unless they buy a console, or just, I don't know, fix that particular issue that's preventing their computers being able to run these games. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not a tech heavy guy, so I don't know what exactly is the case, but I saw that they apparently cannot play some play, like it's something to do with the BIOS. So anyway, other than that, you want to make sure that most people have access to this game, and the more people have access to the game, the better the player count will be, and better the game will perform. If you restrict that, that means you'll have a less people playing the game, and that's not exactly a good thing for a game like this, which heavily depend on player count, and that has to be pretty consistent at any given moment. So if you have too many spikes and dips and spikes, that's not going to perform well. So this news makes pretty much, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, let me know if you agree with me here, or if you think that they should have done ray tracing. There is actually more to this news, a little bit more to this news here. It says, in an interview with comic book Christian Bale, the studio technical director at Ripple Effect, a part of Battlefield Studios, revealed that Battlefield 6's lack of ray tracing has to do with the devs wanting to focus on performance. There you go. I just said it. He confirmed that EA's military shooter won't have this visual feature at launch and won't receive it in the near future. So he's not saying no. He's not a complete no. He's saying there might be a version of that with ray tracing in the future, but not near future. That could mean anything. Further explaining that reason behind the move, Bell said that the team wanted to ensure all of its energy was dedicated towards making the game as optimized as possible for the default setting and the default users. There you go. That's the right way to go about doing this. He also highlighted that this decision was made relatively early on in development, and that the devs wanted to make sure that between graphics and performance, the next Battlefield would prioritize performance for everyone else, including those playing with non-default settings. I think that's very much the right call to make, dude. The fact that they're prioritizing optimization for everybody and not leaving anyone out, try to not leave anyone out, it's the right call to make. Battlefield had pretty few hard years, and the last couple of games they made did not perform well, and they had to take a hiatus. Now they're finally back after like 5 years, I think. It makes sense for them to want to optimize this as much as possible, make sure that everyone gets on it, and then release the best possible version of the game right at launch, so everyone can get on it and actually have fun, because it really depends on, you know, how that performance is the defining factor for the rest of the franchise, the future of the franchise, right? So it really, there's a lot riding on the success of Battlefield 6 right now, and they're going all out with it. So it just makes sense that they're making the right calls here and making sure that you give what the players want, not the other way around. You know, not giving the players what they want. So it's great. It's great. Great decision. I'm on board, man. I'm in. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree or disagree, just let me know in the comments or in the chat. More Battlefield things, man. I'm super hyped for this game. Super hyped. I can't really wait. I haven't pre-ordered the Phantom Edition, which I said in a previous stream I'm gonna do, but I will do it soon. I'm definitely getting it. So there's no question about it. There's no question about it. Anyway, there's more Battlefield news. Speaking of Battlefield, there is this other piece of news. It's not a big news or anything. It's just a small news, but I thought it was interesting, just interesting enough for me to bring it up. So I'm going to. It's about Battlefield 6 weapon free look mechanic. This is I don't know. This is a weird thing to say, but it says have YouTubers running wild. I don't know what that. I don't know. I mean, it's just the title, but it says this weekend videos emerged on social media showcasing Battlefield 6 new free look mechanic that allows users to examine their weapons from almost any angle. While holding the weapon, players can twist, tip, and turn the gun in any direction to get a better look at the weapon's minute details. And it is an element that's going to have content creators running wild. Okay, I want to see how I'm going to be running wild. Let's see. In almost every first-person shooter space, the most common thing for YouTubers to do for thumbnails is to look up, reload, and capture a screenshot to showcase a weapon. It seems Electronic Arts Studios are aware of this and have added a neat feature to add a little more diversity to the pot. I mean, that's true. I suppose that's true. I have seen a lot of thumbnails like that. See, I do this kind of stuff, but I don't really do a lot of gaming videos as such. So I wouldn't know. haven't been doing this for long, dude. So I wouldn't know. But hey, I think that makes sense. I might probably end up using it too. So neat. Some YouTubers are worse than others at this, but for years the running theme has been the old look up and reload trick. It has served as the basis for FPS-based thumbnails on YouTube for the longest time, regardless of whether we're talking about Battlefield, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, Escape from Tarkov, or something in between. The studios piecing together Battlefield 6 have tried to take the concept a step further, adding in a free look mechanic that allows players to actively manipulate how the weapon is being held. A video surfaced on social media recently perfectly showcasing this new mechanic. Okay, so this is the what they're talking about. Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty neat. It's basically like you know what this is, right? This is what this is in games like Uncharted, when you pick up a relic, you can or like a letter or something in between, you can just keep the camera switches to like over the shoulder, you holding the thing on your hand, and you can just like literally like do this, you know, like if you're holding a controller, it'll just be like, oh yeah, like this, and then you can do this and do this or do this. That's what it is. So they've just added that for the gun in Battlefield, where you can just hold down maybe like a button and then just like do that on your hand. And that's a neat little trick. It doesn't do a lot to the gameplay, but it's a neat little trick. You do have like gun inspection thing on like Call of Duty at the moment, which is like you press a button and it kind of plays an animation, and you just like do that, and it'll just be like that, and then just do like a reload. That's it. It's just it's a preset animation that plays out, but rather than doing that, they just given you the player the complete freedom to just look at the gun and admire it. I guess that's pretty cool, because sometimes you do want to admire the gun, especially if it has a cool sick skin, not like Call of Duty skin, you know, something cool. It's neat. Yeah. It wasn't present in Battlefield 6 beta, but it has been added now for the next round of Battlefield lab tests. As you can see in the video above, it's a pretty fluid, functional and mechanic that screenshots lovers will adore, giving them much more accessibility in the thumbnail space. I'm just excited that we might start to see differences emerge between YouTubers and the incessant reload trick thumbs they're uploading with each new video. Alright, somebody really likes YouTubers, whoever wrote this article. Yeah, I mean, this is not like a huge piece of news or anything, but it is news, you know, it is news. I think I will be definitely checking that out. I don't know if I'll be using that for thumbnails as much like this guy says, but definitely something I'll be checking out though. Definitely something I'll be checking out. What else have I got, guys? What else have I got? I do have I'm just trying to see what. Like I was saying before, it's a little bit more to the Battlefield stuff actually. You know how I said about the secure boot thing? There's how that's going to affect some gamers. So this is the article that I read that from. So I'll show you. So here you go. So it says Battlefield 6 developer DICE knows anti-cheat measure like secure boot means some PCs gamers just won't be able to play the game. With Battlefield 6 open beta done and dusted, and its October 10th release date in sight, developer DICE is prepping the shooter for launch across PC and console. But it is on PC, especially that EA's anti-cheat efforts have raised eyebrows and even caused some fans to miss out. PC gamers who played the Battlefield 6 open beta might have run into the following on-screen warning. Secure boot is not enabled. Indeed, if you want to play Battlefield 6 on PC, you have no choice but to enable secure boot. And based on the open beta, some had trouble with it. I do know that some players did have issues trying to get it to work properly. Even after they turned on secure boot, it didn't work for some people. Some had issues with it messing with other games like Valorant. It was saying that it was detecting Valorant as a like a program that's not compatible with Battlefield 6 open beta, so it was asking players to uninstall Valorant in order to play it. Yeah, some issues like that. So there's been some trouble for some of them. Enabling secure boot involves tinkering with the part of computer not all PC gamers will be instantly familiar with, the BIOS. There are things like TPM 2.0 which must be turned on to deal with, and you need to make sure that your Windows disk is GPT and not MBR. Not everyone will know what these are. Even I have no clue, dude. All this before you can even enable secure boot, and then you may not be able to enable it anyway, which then means you need to refer to your manufacturer or for guidance. While this won't be a problem for more experienced PC gamers, it will be an intimidating process for some. And according to DICE, it knows that these anti-cheat measures will prevent some people from playing Battlefield 6 at all. Speaking to Eurogamer, Battlefield 6 technical director Christian Bell lamented the situation. The fact is, I wish we didn't have to do things like secure boot. It does prevent some players from playing the game. Some people's PCs can't handle it and they can't play. That really sucks. I wish everyone could play the game with low friction and not have to do those sort of things. I mean, it goes on to say like how great secure boot and their anti-cheat systems are, but essentially it does suck that some players will be locked out of playing this amazing game if it's going to be anything like what we played and more polished by the time it launches. Yeah, it would really suck unless you opt out to get a Xbox or a PlayStation just to play the game. yeah, it would really suck that it now depends on secure boot to be working. So, but given how many cheaters out there affecting the player experience overall, we do need to have these systems in place in order to make sure that you get a fair experience and prevent people from cheating. And it's not always going to be 100%. There's always going to be cheaters somehow breaking in and ruining it for everybody, like they love to do. But at least this system will prevent a lot more than they managed to do so far, and have, impact cheaters in a bigger way, and then as a result of that have a more fairer, better experience overall for those who actually play the game properly. So that's the whole point of it. So I guess it is what it is. You kind of gotta do what you gotta do. On PC, it is kind of a plague. This whole cheater situation is a plague. I don't know what kind of fun these cheaters have by just cheating the system. Like, what's the fun in that, dude? I mean, you're just cheating. You cheat to make yourself feel good, so, and win it for everybody else. I don't know how that makes you feel good, but some people just wire differently, right? So anyway, you're never gonna get rid of those guys. So at least all you can do is to try to make sure you prevent them from joining these games as much as possible, and just hope for the best, right? So hopefully they come up with better ways eventually to like make it even better, and maybe less depend on secure boot, maybe have an easier way to actually deal with it, so more people can jump in, even those people who doesn't have the knowledge to do those changes themselves. As of right now, I think there is like an instruction video released by Electronic Arts explaining how to do it yourself if you don't know how, but it's not applicable for everyone, because the BIOS settings are different for each computer. It depends on how the manufacturer set it up. It's not always the exact same steps. So if whatever it says on that instruction video doesn't align with what you'll find on your PC, you're going to have to look it up or find out somehow how to actually enable it. It might be different steps. So that's the challenge. People can be gamers, but not all gamers are technically, tech savvy. So there's that. Anyway, so that's I think that's all the Battlefield news from me today. That's all I've come across that I really wanted to talk about. I think all in all, I'm really keen for October, dude, and I can't wait for Battlefield to come in sooner. Really keen to be playing more of it. And yeah, come October, I'll be spending my days, most of my streams, just doing Battlefields. Mind you, I'll be doing some. I'm probably gonna stick to just doing one stream where we cover all the gaming news and just chat. But I'll probably dedicate maybe 2 streams per week to just do Battlefield, because I'll be playing a lot of it. Not sorry. Well, you're welcome to join me when that happens, and if you haven't joined me already, like, go check out my YouTube channel. I have all my links there. Even on my Twitch channel, there's links if you're joining on Twitch. Everything's there, so do go check it out. Join me on Steam or EA app, doesn't matter which one. You can join me on anything. Yeah, man. Even if you're on PS5, join me there as well. I'm there also. I'm not on Xbox, but I'm on PC Game Pass, so you can add me on Xbox app if you want. I'm there too. So yeah, just join me, and we'll hang out and we'll play together and we'll have a lot of fun, dude. So let me know, and join my Discord. It's I'm trying to get that, build that up a little bit, and things, get things going. But I've only just started this, so haven't had a lot of friction. So I would really appreciate if you go join my Discord, and like we can hang out there always, and come say hi to me on my YouTube if you haven't checked it out. I have really cool videos that you might enjoy. If you're seeing this on Twitch, right? If you're already on YouTube, thank you for joining me and checking me out, checking my videos out. Please subscribe if you haven't already, if you've seen this, and it really, really, really helps me out. And as I said, I'm working on the next video, which is about a pretty interesting topic that I don't think people talk enough about at this point. It is about co-development of games. So I will talk to you in detail about what that is in the video, so I won't give it away too much. But do tune in, because I think it's an interesting topic. I think it's something that you will have fun watching. It's not long, it's just about 15 minutes long. It's not that long of a video, but I'm trying to make it fun so you guys can watch, in my own little weird, awkward dad jokey way. So hopefully you guys have fun. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'm gonna be wrapping it up now. Thank you for those who joined me. Thank you for everyone who watch my streams, watch my videos, and please keep doing and keep watching it up and giving me feedback. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel and Twitch as well, and also I'm on TikTok, which is just mainly just short form content. But if you want to see my long form videos, that's all on YouTube. So please go check it out. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye bye.